I've always been a night person. Even as a kid, I would stay awake long after everyone else had gone to bed, staring at the ceiling and listening to the house settle. As an adult, that habit never really went away. It just evolved into late-night drives, empty roads, and gas stations that felt frozen in time. This happened last fall, around 1:30 in the morning. I was driving back to my apartment after visiting a friend who lived about an hour away. The route I usually take cuts through a long stretch of industrial backroads, warehouses, storage yards, empty lots that look abandoned after dark. During the day, it's boring. At night, it feels like a completely different place. About halfway home, my low tire pressure light came on. I pulled into the only place nearby that was open, a self-serve car wash with a small air pump station. No convenience store, no attendant, just a few buzzing lights and the sound of water slapping against concrete. I parked next to the air pump and stepped out of the car. The air was cold and smelled like wet asphalt. As I crouched down to check the tire, I noticed something strange. One of the wash bays was occupied. At first, I assumed someone was washing their car, but there was no water running, no engine noise, just a sedan parked perfectly inside the bay, headlights off, completely still. I tried to ignore it and focused on the tire, but when I stood up, I noticed something else. The driver's side door of that sedan was slightly open, just barely, like someone had stepped out and never bothered to close it. That's when I heard footsteps, slow, deliberate, echoing softly off the concrete walls. I froze, the air hose still in my hand, and glanced toward the sound. A man stepped out from behind the bay wall. At first glance, he looked normal. A hoodie, jeans, his hands shoved deep into his pockets. But something about the way he moved felt wrong. He wasn't walking toward his car. He was walking straight toward me. I told myself to stay calm. Maybe he just needed air. Maybe I was overthinking it. He stopped about 10 feet away and just stood there. "Hey," I said, trying to sound casual. "Do you need the pump?" He didn't answer. Instead, he tilted his head slightly, like he was listening to something I couldn't hear. The buzzing lights overhead flickered once. I repeated myself, louder this time. Still nothing. That's when I noticed his eyes. They weren't focused on me. They were looking past me, straight at my car. That's when the knot formed in my stomach. I dropped the air hose and walked quickly toward my driver's door. The moment my hand touched the handle, I heard him move, fast, way faster than before. I didn't look back. I threw myself into the car, slammed the door shut, and locked it, just as his hand hit the window. He didn't pound on the glass. He didn't yell. He just pressed his palm flat against the window and leaned in close, his face inches from mine. Up close, I could see his mouth moving, like he was whispering something, but I couldn't hear a single word. I started the engine and floored it. The tires screeched as I tore out of the lot, not caring if I damaged the car. In the rearview mirror, I saw him step back slowly, watching me leave, never breaking eye contact. I didn't stop driving until I reached my apartment complex. Even then, I sat in my car for a full minute before getting out. My hands were shaking. My heart was pounding. The next morning, curiosity got the better of me. I checked the local news. There was a short article buried near the bottom of the page. It mentioned multiple reports of a man approaching people late at night in isolated places. Car washes, parking lots, rest stops, always silent, always targeting drivers who were alone. They hadn't caught him. I don't take that route anymore, and if my dashboard lights up late at night, I keep driving, no matter what.